Welcome back to the ball game. Bottom of the 7th inning, the final chance for the Chattahoochee Monsters, down 1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Top of the order coming up, Brooks Parkerson will lead things off, followed by Jack Schocksteimer and Caleb Johnson. Parkerson on the day, 1 for 3 with a single in the first. He came around and scored. Was put out 1-3 in the third, and the third inning was put out on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Thornton still in the ball game for the Gainesville Gol'Diggers. He's on the mound. First pitch to Parkerson is in there for a call, strike 1. It all comes down to this in the bottom of the 7th. Monsters with 1 run can tie and with 2 can win. Next pitch to Parkerson is in there for call, strike 2.
Well, and right now for the Monsters, Noah, it's just about get the runner on, get the first guy up there, then try to work it around.
And on the flip side, Gainesville's 3 outs away from the 1 seed. 0-2 pitch fouled into the netting by the first base dugout, remains 0-2.
That they are. If they get a split here today, and this is game 1 of the doubleheader in the final inning here in the bottom of the 7th for the Monsters. But if they get it, well, they have wrapped up that 1 seed and home field all the way through the playoffs.
Thornton sets and the pitch. Low in the dirt for ball 2. That pitch is flared to right field. Underneath it to make the grab is Theo Bryant. And so Parkerson flies out the right field for the first out of the inning. So they'll bring up Jack Schocksteimer. Singled back in the first, was training on third. Ran out to first base in the third and walked in the 5th and came around and scored. First pitch to Schocksteimer. In there for call, strike 1. Chattahoochee Monsters down to the final 2 outs. Trying to come back in this ball game with a sweep. Would claim the 3 seed in the playoffs, so that pitch is low for ball 1. And with the sweep, would put Columbus Chatt-a-Hoots in their first place. Pitch to Schocksteimer, swung on a miss for strike 2. But if you got to get a runner on and get something going, if you want to do that. One and 2 count to Schocksteimer. The wind and the pitch from Thornton is low in the dirt for ball 2.
Think of patience by Schocksteimer right now. Try to do what you can to get yourself on base.
2-2 from Thornton, swung on by Schocksteimer, just foul down the left field line. Will remain 2-2.
And again, a reminder, Game 2 will start approximately 25 minutes or so after the end of Game 1. And we will leave the YouTube stream going, so you can stay here, leave it running, and we will be back with the start of the second half of the contest.
2-2 pitch. Schocksteimer fouls this one again to the left side. Stays alive. Still even count at 2-2. Two-two in the pitch. Schocksteimer, same thing. Foul ball over to the left side over the third base dugout. If he can get on base, hitter behind him, Caleb Johnson, has reached every time he's come to the plate today, and he's also scored twice. So big at bat here. 2-2 pitch. Schocksteimer takes that one low for ball 3.
Good eye.
So Schocksteimer's set, and a full count, and the pitch. Swung on and foul straight back into the screen. Remains 3-2. the 3-2 and the pitch. Swung on a hit towards left field and just over the glove of a leaping Bryce Roddy at shortstop. And gets into left field for a base hit. Tying run is aboard. Leading run and winning run comes to the plate. So Yocksteimer with his second base hit of the ball game. And Caleb Johnson now comes up. Has a single and 2 walks. No action in the Gainesville bullpen as Caleb Johnson stands in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch to him is chopped towards first base, but foul as it rolls into the grass in front of the Chattahoochee Monsters dugout. And it's 0-1. Pickoff move to first by Thornton is not in time. Wouldn't think Yocksteimer would be running in this situation. However, to try to avoid a double play, you might think Monsters might be aggressive. That pitch is swung on a hit towards right field, is going to get in for a base hit. Yocksteimer will stay at second. Johnson with his second single of the ball game. He's now reached all 4 times he's come to the plate today. Now runners at first and second with a winning run at first base.
Boy, you got to love it right now, Noah. A little bottom of the 7th do-or-die rally here for the Monsters.
Had the same thing last night with the Chattahoochee, and now we're going to have a meeting on the mound with the manager of the Gainesville Gol'Diggers and Maddox Thornton, and the whole infield is going to come up and surround them.
Well, at this point, I mean, you go out there and you just kind of remind the guys, hey, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to do it. And, I mean, not a whole heck of a lot of time spent out there. Just kind of the reminder, all right, well, we can still get out of this one and do our jobs and, get that first place clinched here, which the Gol'Diggers would do with a win. Now, if the Monsters rally and win this one here, they're able to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Well, things will get interesting for Game 2.
Thornton set. Pelkey at the plate. First pitch to him. Taken in there for a called strike 1. Pelkey 1 for 3 so far today. Struck out in the first, singled in the third, and popped out to the catcher in the 5th. Thornton's 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not go, so it's ball 1. Peeled on the first plate umpire, Samuel Barrett, waving the wings. So 1-1 count to Pelkey. Thornton winds and fires. Pitches inside for ball 2.
Boy, every pitch magnified right now, and you know it. And this is actually a little bit of a playoff precursor right here. This is the kind of pressure you're going to face in the postseason. Both these teams are in. Just where?
Pelkey slaps this one to the shortstop. Throw over to second for 1. No play over at first. And they're going to call him out at second base. A little bit of a plea over there at second base by Caleb Johnson that Rose dropped the ball. He did, but I believe it was on the transfer from his glove to his hand.
Yeah,
so 2 down.
That's what the call is going to be. It was dropped on the transfer, Noah.
So 2 down, runners at the corners as Pelkey reaches on the fielder's choice. Brandon Davis now up. 2 walks and a ground out to second so far today at the plate for him. Tying run 90 feet away, winning run over at first base. And we have a mound visit between the catcher Logan Murphy and Maddox Thornton.
We have a pinch runner over at first base, Noah, and that's number 34 for the Chattahoochee Monsters. And I'm tracking it down right now. I don't see a 34 on my right. Oh, there it is, Jonathan Williams.
All right.
Yep, there we go.
He would be the winning run on a hit to the gap in the outfield. First pitch to Brandon Davis is low and inside for ball 1.
And with 2 outs, you know they're going on contact. So if you get a fast runner over there and it's a deep enough, even on a single, you can get that runner to score from first.
Runner going, no throw down at all down to second base by Logan Murphy. Gainesville sort of just surrendered that stolen base. Didn't want to risk the throw down to second and then the runner from third, Yochsteimer, coming home.
Yeah, you don't want to give up the tying run because you rifle the ball into the outfield.
So now 2-0 to Brandon Davis, and he calls time. And they're going to intentionally walk him.
Yeah, they'll put him on.
So here's your ball game right here. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Monsters down 1. Bases are loaded for Zion Morris, who hit a double his last time up. Struck out the 2 times before that. Tying run at third, which is Yochsteimer. And Williams at second would be the winning run. Thornton is set. Winds and he fires. Morris takes the first pitch in there, first strike 1.
I don't think you could ask for more drama on the final day of the season than to be here in the bottom of the 7th with this situation.
Thornton set the belt. The 0-1 pitch to Morris. Take it in there for a call, strike 2.
Oof.
Two clutch pitches there by Thornton.
If I'm Thornton right now, I do that same pitch just a little further outside, try to get it to break away from the right-hand hitter.
The 0-2 to Morris, high and outside, ball 1.
Try to get him to chase.
The 0-2 to Morris, swung on a chop towards short. Throw over to first to try to get him. He is safe at first base, and Yochsteimer scores the tying run. And coming home is Williams. He slides in. He's safe, and the Monsters win it. Holy cow, Chattahoochee pulls it off. Morris beat the throw to first, which scored Yochsteimer, while Stanford was talking to the first place umpire, Samuel Barrett. Williams caught him napping, came home to score. The throw to home was not in time. Slid under the tag, head first, and the Monsters win Game 1, 6-5.
Noah, that's an unbelievable finish and an uncharacteristic mistake by the Gol'Diggers, arguing the out at first.
Yes.
And there's nothing to plead here. The call was safe at first. The runner was safe, and then they decided to argue for the out. And instead,
caught him napping.
You score coming around. That's unbelievable, and that's a mental mistake. What a finish for the Monsters!
Time was never called over there as Stanford caught the ball on the throw by the shortstop Roddy. After Zion Morris was called safe, Stanford turned around to talk to the umpire. Time was never called, so Williams just ran home and he slid in safely under the tag. Had first, got the left hand on the plate. And so the Chattahoochee Monsters win in a wild finish, 6-5. Tom, can you put that into words?
You know what? Well, yes. First of all, that is a gutsy win by the Monsters because they hung tough against the best team in this league, and now they have earned themselves a split, and at least in this series. And don't forget, folks, as we mentioned before, we have coming up here a little bit later, Game 2, in about 20 to 25 minutes from now. But that's an emotional win. That is when the Monsters can carry the momentum into Game 2. Noah, they have everything going for them right now. And this is a team that, if they win this next game, finishes third, and they help their park mates, the Chattahoochee, to a first-place finish. So, man, emotions are high. What a rally, and that is the kind of win you build on going into the playoffs.
Tell you what, if you told me we're going to have a 3-hour, 7-inning game, that's what I expect. That was a great ball game. Gutsy win for the Monsters. And with one more win, they will clinch the 3 seed. And Gainesville now, with their backs against the wall, have to win this one. The second game, the doubleheader, they want to have the 1 seed at home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, I mean, this is everything you could ask for, Noah, in a Game 1. So we've got probably 25 minutes between games right now. Just an outstanding finish.
So Monsters win Game 1 in walk-off fashion, one of the weirdest and wildest finishes you'll see, especially in the Sunbelt League, 6-5. So me and Tom will be back in approximately about 20 minutes for Game 2 of this doubleheader. We thank you for listening to Game 1. Stick around. Game 2 underway in about 20 minutes. This is Chattahoochee Monsters Baseball.